And when I saw this gadget on Amazon, I knew I had to give it a try. It is the Cucina Pro, and it is a corn dog maker. Look at that, and it bakes the corn dog instead of deep frying. It comes with these corn dog sticks so you can make your own corn dogs. I've tried it a couple of times and they came out great. There's a few tricks to making it work well. So this is the Cucina Corn Dog Pro. It has two lights on them. The red light is lit up until it's hot. When the light goes out and the green light comes on, then it is hot. And inside the corn dog maker, we have 6 wells to make 6 different corn dogs. Now, one thing I don't like about this corn dog maker is that it does not make a full-size corn dog. You have to cut the corn dog to size, and that could be a waste. So I'm going to show you a little trick that I've done to make that work. But first, we have to get the thing hot. I hate a gadget that you can only use for one thing. So I thought of some other great recipes that you can use with this corn dog maker. I'm using Smart Dogs today. You can use any hot dog you'd like to use. My husband's favorite is these Big Franks. So this is about the size that I need my hot dog to be. So I am going to go ahead and cut all my dogs to that size. And then we're going to just put our corn dog on there. One trick I learned that you can do with these corn dogs so you don't waste these little tiny bits is that you can line them up and make a corn dog with 2 of those pieces. With 2 of those pieces you can make another whole corn dog. So there you go. So those 4 corn dogs actually make 6 of these corn dogs that we're looking for. See? More sticks. The corn dog maker does come with sticks, so that's handy. And we will go ahead and put these on there. Okay, let's go ahead and mix up our corn dog mix. So we're going to start with cornmeal, and then we have some flour, and I mix white flour with wheat flour, or white flour with whole wheat flour to make it a little bit more hearty and a little better for me. I'm going to add in here some sugar and some baking powder, and then also we're going to add some salt. That is our dry ingredients. We'll give those a quick mix, and then we will add our liquid ingredients. Whoops, sorry, I'm making a big mess. Okay, let's go ahead and add in our milk. I'm using plant-based, regular, no flavored milk. A little bit of oil, such a smidge of oil, so much less than you would use if you were deep frying these things. And then I have 1 flax egg. So let's give that a stir. Now, the trick I've learned using this machine is you need a really thick batter, because if it's too liquid, it'll just pool up in the bottom of the little thing. So you want a nice thick batter, and this will thicken up as it sits a little bit. So let's let that sit. I'm going to go put these away. I typically like to add a little smidge of agave nectar or honey to this. It will give a nice golden color to the outside of the corn dog. Our corn dog mix is all mixed up. Let's go ahead and dip our corn dogs. So there's a couple ways you can do this. You can go ahead and dip your dog into here, like so. A lot of people will tell you to put it into a glass, but I find that to be counterproductive, because then when you get to the glass, it's half full, and you don't get the whole corn dog covered, which is kind of annoying to me. So I do it this way. You add a spray, let's add some cooking spray, and then we're going to put the dipped corn dog right into the well. But we're also, and then we're going to add a little to the top, but let's go ahead and do all of our corn dogs. Ooh, whoops, did that one backwards, ha ha ha. Got to make sure the stick is on the outside, otherwise it won't be right. There we go. Okay, now the trick is not to overfill these, because I have overfilled them in the past. And then we're just going to go back through and add a little bit of this to the top or to the end, something that didn't get enough coverage. And then we're going, oops, this one looks like it's a little empty in the end here. Let's go ahead and do that. Then we're going to close this up and let it make corn dogs. So fantastic. Oh, these look so good. It looks like it overfilled just a little bit. Let me get a plate. And then we're going to want to use a knife to cut the edges so we don't break our corn dog. So let's just give a little trim to those edges that I overfilled my corn dog maker to. Ooh, that looks good. Now you can trim all of these edges off to make them look really perfect, or you could just leave them the way they are. Just, if you're feeding them to kids, they won't care if they got the little edges, but you can take them off. I can't wait to eat these corn dogs. They look so good. Something else I just thought of, what if we take this leftover corn dog batter and make some jalapeno cheddar cornbread things? Let's give that a try. I'm going to get some jalapenos and some other things, and let's put them in here and see what happens. Here are some diced jalapenos from my garden. Ooh, a lot of spice to that. And we want to add some of our, let's add some green onions and cheese. Let's also add some green onions and cheese to this. So we'll add quite a few green onions. Oh, you would be good. Oh, we won't do that today. Then we're going to add some of this chow cheese. I don't typically use vegan cheese, but because to eat it just plain, it doesn't taste like cheese, doesn't feel like cheese, but it will add a little cheesy flavor if you're using it in a recipe. So I do that sometimes. Our jalapeno cheddar cornbread. So there is our jalapeno cheddar cornbread stuff. Let's see what happens when we make that. Okay, let's let her cook. Look at that. I'm really loving this little tool. It has made a really nice little cornbread stick. Ooh. I'll give them all a taste test here in a minute. The most obvious next thing to try is to do sausages and pancake batter. So I went ahead and mixed up a batch of my pancake mix from the cookbook, and I have these vegetarian or vegan sausages. I'm using Jack and Annie's today. I got them as an experiment, so let's give them a try and see if we like them. Our Cucina Pro is hot and ready to go. Oops, I left a little corn dog stuff in there. Okay, let's give it a spray. And we will put our pancake batter in first. Again, I made the pancake batter a little extra thick because if you make it too runny, it's not going to go very well. So let's do this. Whoops, make a little mess. Okay, let's go ahead and put our sausages in there. Whoops. Oh dear. And then we will put a little bit, whoops, and then we will put a little bit more of this batter on top. It looks like I may have overfilled a couple of these, but we'll give her a whirl. And I may have made my batter too thick, but I think we'll give her a try. Those are really fluffy pancake mix. I really hope they don't overfluff, but let's see how they go. Ooh, those look good. All right, these are our pancakes and sausages, and they look really good. Oops, I need to use my knife and trim across. I overfilled them a little bit, but again, they're easy to trim across the edge there. All right, let's get these off. I'll trim them when they cool off a little bit. Woo, it's hot. All right. There we go. These would make a super great breakfast for the kids, or even for some little event you're doing to have a bunch of these cute little sausages. I bet you can freeze these. If you can make a whole bunch ahead of time and stick them in the freezer, then they'd make a great breakfast on the go if you have some fresh fruit with it, or a smoothie, or it would be great for some sort of brunch or something. That's great. I really like this. I will give them all a taste test here in a minute. For this next recipe, I am going to go ahead and take the biscuit recipe that is in my cookbook, and I am just going to add some breakfasty things to see if I could make a take-along breakfast or something that could be served at a brunch that would be kind of fancy. So let's add in some of the scrambled tofu. we're going to add a little bit of this. This is Morningstar Farm sausage patty that I've crumbled. And I'm going to throw in a little bit of this green onion. I don't like a lot of vegan cheese, but in small quantities it gives a nice little flavor to if you're missing the cheesy flavor. So we're going to add just a smidge of that to this and give it a stir. I think I'm going to add a little bit more of the tofu to it. Maybe some more sausage. This is an experiment, right? Okay, it looks good. Let's put it into our corn dog maker and see what happens. The corn dog maker is nice and hot. I am going to spray it again because that made everything come out better. And we are going to, again, to make a good, something really good in this corn dog maker, you want a thick batter. So this is a biscuit batter with scrambled tofu, sausages, onions, and cheese. Put that in there, and let's see what happens. Let's give her 2 minutes. These look so good. Look at that. They browned up so nicely. That's going to be nice. Let's let these cool off on the rack, and then we'll give them a taste in a little bit. This is our yellow cake batter. You'll see that our flecks in here are flax seeds. Someday I'll make a video for you to show you how I use a combination of different egg replacers to make a really good egg replacement in baked goods. But for now, we are putting the yellow cake batter into our wells because we want to make Twinkies. Twinkies is not a health food, but it is a special treat that we can have sometimes, and if we still avoid all the cholesterol and things from animal products, we can make a nice meal. Now, you don't want to overfill these. I may have overfilled these, so let's give it a whirl. Woo! Okay, let's let this cook until the green light comes on. Because we're not using eggs, our cake is a little more tender until it cools off. So I'm going to go ahead and... They came out perfect. The trick was to make sure that you use cooking spray on the pan before you put them in. So let's let these cool and we'll put some frosting in them. The last thing I made was the Twinkie. Now I haven't tried the Twinkie yet, so let's see how it came out. You want to see? So it's been a total day of experimentation today, and our corn dogs look fantastic. Are you a ketchup person or a mustard person or both? It's so good. The corn dogs are perfect, just as I expected. They're crispy on the outside, they're soft on the inside. Let's try, I have some pure maple syrup here to dip our pancake and sausage into. Let's see how that one came out. Wow, that is so good. And so much fun, easy to make, they're baked, not fried. So good. Not chewing going on. All right. So I really want to try the biscuit with sausage and egg, or sausage and scrambled tofu and onion. It's good. I think it's a little dry though. I think because we're not using real meat and real cheese, there's not less fat and oil to it, so it's a little drier than it should be. It probably needs a sauce or something to dip in. I wonder what ketchup would be like with it. That's good. What about maple syrup? What do you think? I really like the maple syrup with this. This is really good. This has been so much fun. We have learned that this Cucina Pro is totally not a one-trick pony. You can do so many things with it. I love it. I'm not usually a gadget person, but when I wanted to make a corn dog, it solved my problem and then some. So this, my jalapeno cheddar cornbread bite. That's good. That could be, that jalapeno is spicy. But this would be really good with a hot dog inside. So if you use the jalapeno cheddar and dipped your hot dog into that, now that's something we need to try next time. If you want to keep experimenting with me in the kitchen, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and you won't miss any of my videos. While you're waiting for the next video, why don't you watch this recipe for the barbecue soy curl sandwich? You are going to love that.